Hey guys, it's the Wolf. How's it going? So I wasn't planning on streaming today, but I just spawned into the world and I thought this was super interesting. I spawned in front of this Indian kind of burial thing, and which I did not know was here. And then also, there's like a moose standing over here in a spot I've never seen a moose. Let me see, let me get my camera right. But he's right there. I'm gonna move on over here and take a look at him. Which is kind of cool because, like, look at where I'm at on the map. I'm above Olangila a little ways, but I've never seen a moose over here. And I just thought it was very cool. Oh, that was a weird sound. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't really planning on streaming. I was just gonna, I got my volume right. I was just gonna, honestly, just do some hunting, chill out, just play the game like I like to play. And I am right up behind this sucker too. Isn't that cool? I gotta get the volume down on my headset a little bit. Oh, he's looking up at me. Or she is. Or it's one that's dropped his horns. I think I'm gonna go a little bit closer. Let's see if I can go right behind him. This is like ridiculous. Oh! There, I spooked him. Now he's running off. But what's with that? And what's with this Indian thing over here? Oh, you know what? I didn't realize it. I'm actually over by the Indian burial ground. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this thing. I guess I didn't realize there was one kind of down that far. And did you guys hear that sound right there? That long roar? And did you hear that sound? Now this is like a mystery in this game that I think that people have not solved yet. Well, that's creepy. I saw that little thing like right there, right above my head. And I was like, what the fuck is that? But anyway, those two roars, it's like one of them is definitely the grizzly bears. But like the other one is like it's like a sound that you don't hear in the game. It's like this raw, you know what I mean? And I mean, you know, I gotta say, that was just that's definitely the bear right there. But yeah, I mean, I gotta say Sasquatch. I never noticed this either, actually. I didn't. Yeah, this is interesting. I never really saw this either. It's like another one of these circles. Which these circles are like all over the map. I don't know if you've noticed this. And like I said, I'm not that in depth on like the lore of like story mode, you know? I mean, these are obviously the way the Native Americans buried their dead. They put them up on these poles. But I mean, these circles, like there's this circle here. There's like one over by. It's actually kind of in the same area. It's over by. I don't know what, but it's up here somewhere, kind of over in this area. I really got to turn this down. It's like blowing my ears out. There we go. It's kind of up. Is it over here? There's some elk. Somewhere over here there's another circle. It's kind of, it looks like some sort of like Satanist thing. And then there's one up on the mountain, like way up on the mountain, and there's like something going on up there. That's interesting. Yeah, I stuck my camp up to like Big Valley, and this is kind of where I was camped yesterday. There's an elk down there. And I was just gonna like do some hunting, maybe do a moonshine run. And I just wasn't planning on doing anything really, you know. Just like chilling out, because that's how I like to play the game. That's why I got my my mountain man coat on. And my moccasins. Which, as you can see, like they're there. But so I didn't really have anything planned. But then I don't know, I spawned in next to that thing, and I just thought that moose is just interesting that he's over there. And I thought, well shoot, maybe I'll just turn it on, and you know, there's like a lot of cool stuff to see over here. And like these lines of things with the feathers. It's just awesome. You know, there's still stuff I find every now and then that is like new, you know? And I wish, you know, that's one part of the game I kind of wish that was more sort of prevalent in the game, is like, you know, Indians or like Native Americans. And I know there's a bit of that in story with the kind of the reservation and you know, I can't remember what his name was. But I don't know. I mean, you can't really make like an Indian costume, you know, like a really good one. There's those roars again. I swear to God, there's like, Bigfoot is in this game somewhere. And I'd love to see him. I'd love to find him. And if he isn't in here, then Rockstar should have put him in my opinion. They should have definitely put him in, because I know he's out there somewhere. But let's go see if we can find that weird circle and maybe do a little hunting. See if we can get some 3-star something or other. And just screw around for an hour, because I just feel like doing it. After that Martelli disappointment. And my mind has been churning on like how I can actually succeed at doing that, like killing Martelli, but at this point I don't really have an idea yet. But a lot of sounds out here. What's that? Oh, just some wild horses. I remember when I first played, like the first day on this game, I was watching my son play it, and then of course when he went to bed I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get in there and play that game. And I spawned in kind of around here, like outside of Strawberry, and hey, there's a coyote, and I came up this creek here, up here to the Owen Lake, wherever that is. Am I looking at the lake now? Let me take a look here. Yeah, that actually goes down to the lake, and I came across that dude fishing. There's like a guy who fishes that lake in the morning. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him, but he's there like every morning. If you're around that lake in the morning, he'll spawn in and he'll just be fishing. And I came across him, and then I came up the lake, or the river. Sorry, I came up this river, and I kept trying to go like this way, like to my left. And of course, as you guys know, that's the edge of the map, and it kind of like kicks you back down the hill. So you really can't get out up here. But like those are like my earliest memories of the game. Super freaking cool. And I remember seeing a bear, you know, because of course there's a black bear over here. We'll probably see one. And I think after that I was just hooked. And it took me forever to figure out where I was, like once I actually started playing this game, because I was always like, I know there was a bear there, I know there was a lake, I know there was the edge of the map and all this stuff, but I just could never figure it out, like, you know, and it was right here. I don't know, just, it's just an old memory. Kind of cool. And then here's like this little waterfall where it comes out of the rock. I remember kind of testing this whole area once too, and just trying like all these hills, like trying to figure out a way to get out of the map up here, you know. And I never found one, but there's just something, there's like some appeal to me, like this out of the map thing. It's just, you know, like in my imagination, I just want there to be an out of the map, and then you kind of go over a hill, go through a valley, and then there's like new missions and a town and new towns and new mysteries to find. And yeah, I know. It'll probably never happen, but I don't care. That's what I want. That's what I want, you know. I mean, honestly, it's like Rockstar can keep all the new updates, they can keep all the new content, they can keep like whatever the heck else. It's like, just give me more map. Just give me like another section of map as big as like this for just to go explore and stuff. And I would be ridiculously happy. Now let's go talk to Gus.
Ah, look who it is. Quite the good Samaritan these days, from what I hear.
Nothing wrong with being a good guy. But you know what? I don't even think I got a dang thing to sell to him. So I actually stopped in town and sold some stuff.
Reinventing yourself as a humanitarian of late,
Yeah.
I hear. Hope this isn't that witch Davenport casting her spell.
Do you guys ever notice, like, after you get sprayed by her? Let's see if I can sell anything to her.
Okay then, let's take a look.
Let's see what I got. Oh, I just got some fat. I don't want to sell my fat. But I guess I will, just to be nice. I like to keep my fat for my explosive ammo. And you know, it's like on this character, like on my other character, before I traded with my son, I had most of the legendary coats, but I think on this one I haven't really even bothered to you know, like, I mean, shoot, there's like a whole bunch of them. Like, I haven't bought this one, that one. There's like a couple I can buy still. Little buffalo. I guess I bought the buffalo. I mean, that's it. And the black deer. That was like the first legendary I ever found, was that black deer. But
Smell that mountain air. Is it any wonder my appetite is so healthy when I'm out this way?
yeah, I still haven't even got the buck antler the trinket. Which, let's see, what does that do? Player has a higher chance of getting quality pelts. I should actually get that. And the horse bonding rate one, which I don't know why anybody ever buys that one, though I did buy it on my other character. Let's see what else. Horned variant, jaguar variant. My bow is just like the painted one. I don't remember where.
So I've been hearing rumors about an animal, a very unique example within its species by all accounts. Sounds like it could be worth a lot of money.
Alright, what is it? What is it? I'm looking for a mission right now. Too bad Gus didn't give you missions.
Hope to see you again.
Alright, I'll stop by next time I'm in the area. Yeah, I don't know. I need something to do right now. But back when I was doing the coats before, I was just getting them all from, like, you know, when you find the legendaries in the free roam. That was kind of before Harriet had the had the legendary missions, you know. When they put that in, it was easier to get those coats. And I like the missions. I think they're pretty fun and all that. But I don't, like I was saying the other day, I don't really like hunting that way because I'd rather just roam around and just find what I find. I find that more fun. But what was I doing? I was like, I wanted to go see. I wanted to go find that circle, that weirdo circle thing. I think it's out this way. Let's go check that out. Oh, and you know, there's also something cool down here. There's the faces. I don't know if you guys have ever found the faces. This took me forever to figure out where these were. And I refused to look it up on the internet. I actually found them myself. But there's that one carved face in like the intro or whatever, in those intro screens when you start the game up. And it looks like a Bigfoot face to me. And so I always was like, where's that Bigfoot face? That's a clue to where Bigfoot is in the game. And anyway, once you find them, I don't think it's a Bigfoot face now, but they're actually over here. So hopefully I'm not spoiling anything for you guys, but it's somewhere. It's on the side of the creek, I believe. And you know what? Is it the circle is the one that I have a hard time finding. So I'm sure that's got something to do with the story, which I've never played. But because I know like the Ku Klux Klan is in story, I think there's like, I don't know. There's other things like there's the devil guy in the cave, which I don't know. I remember my son played that part for me, and I was watching him, and I still didn't understand like what the point of that was. I feel like there was something we were missing there. Because that cave is around on this side too. Let me see. I'm just kind of looking for that circle. Maybe I should push on to where those faces are, because I kind of know where the faces are more so than the circle thing. I think they're right down here, I believe. I think it's just right. This could be it, or maybe it's over there. Let's see. They're actually hard to see. They're like they all face each other, so it's like they don't face out. Let's see where they're at here. Down this way. Maybe. Just chasing these bighorns along, not even paying attention to them. Oh, what's that? Is that a cougar or bear? Easy boy. That was a bear. Oh, actually, maybe it's over here. Hanging out in the creepy woods at night. My brother used to have like a hell of a fear of the woods at night. We'd go fishing and stuff, and man, I tell you, once we were walking out in the night, he'd be walking down fast to get the hell out of there. Never really bothered me much, but is it down here? Oh, okay, here we go. These are them. So, and actually, is that some of Harriet's stuff right there? I think it is, maybe. It's got that yellow glow. Or no, that's just a collectible, I guess. Oh no, it is actually Harriet's stuff there. Yeah, let's take a look. So here is... Let's grab my lantern. No, where's my lantern? Right there. There's one of them. See, now this is the one I always thought, oh, this has got to be like Sasquatch or something. But then, when I saw this one, I was a little bit like, I'm not sure. And this one, to me, I mean, it's... I don't know. I mean, it looks like a mountain man to me, you know? And then if you go over here... And to me, like this one, definitely looks like Native American, you know? And then over here is the next one. And like that one, almost, you know, I don't know. To me, like that one, possibly Sasquatch, you know. And then over here, we got another. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what it means. And then, like, what is this? You know, that looks like one of the carvings. You know, like the Indians in the Pacific Northwest, possibly. You know, in that sort of style, because they have that real geometric style to their work. You know. I don't know. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's a mystery. Like a lot of these mysteries in the game. There's my horse at. So where is the that circle? Because I think in the game you go there and you collect some weird mask or something, if I remember right. That's why I think everybody knows about it. I don't think there's any reason to go to that place with the faces. You know? Possum playing dead. I'm not doing any hunting. Said I was going to do some hunting, but now I'm just exploring. Which I like to do at times. I was sitting around, like, you know, just thinking about, like, well, what else am I going to do as far as, like, streaming and that kind of thing. And I was thinking I got to come up with, like, a really good idea. And then I just, like, I don't know, tonight I was thinking, like, why do I even come up with ideas, you know? It's just like, I like to listen to streams of people just playing, and they're usually doing nothing. And or they're taking out moonshine missions or whatever. I mean, everything you've done in this game, everybody's done, and everybody's seen. So there's probably not much new anybody can do anyway. But this is the kind of shit I do in the game: wander around and look for stuff. That's why I want more map, you know. I can't figure out where it's at. It's gonna drive me crazy now. And I could look at the internet and just like know in 1 second, but screw that. I'm like older and I mean, obviously I imagine a lot of you guys kind of probably guessed it. And like when I was younger, like I really love like there's an elf right over this hill. I'm just gonna sneak over see if I can see him. Oh boy, they spooked out like crazy. That's weird. Did I spook them? Usually if you go over a hill like that, you don't spook them. Do you guys have these binoculars? I love these binoculars. They're like the refined binoculars that Madame Nazar sells you. And as you can see like what stars the animals are and all that stuff. I think there's a 3-star in there. So that's like moving through all the things. One keeps lighting up. But they're like the refined ones, and you know, if you look through them, you can see like, you know, everything you can see when you're in Eagle Eye, like this, only close up. And they're handy when you're doing bounties because the bounties will glow like that. Where's my my rifle at? Maybe I'll try to go get a 3-star elk. I haven't done that for a while. There's the bear. But where is that Sasquatch? That's what I want to find. 2 huge goals. One is to kill Martelli, and the other one's to find a Sasquatch. I'm not going to be able to get very close here, I don't think, because I ain't got the cover. I think I told you, my son's been playing that Call of the Wild game. It's like a hunting game. If you're into hunting, this game's pretty cool because it's really like hunting. You got to be super quiet and like stealthy and. Oh wow, is that him? He's a 1-star. I think he's gonna spot me and spook the rest of them. I don't know. Why are they so leery? Like they are really spooky. Let's see what that one is. That one's a 1, a 1. Where'd the other 2 go? Down? Are they right there? Well, there's 2 there. Was there 4 here? This one just wants for me to get it shot. I don't see the other ones though. That is weird. How did they get by me? Maybe they went over the hill already. Let's get a deer. I wonder, like, let's see if I can find a 3. Have you guys ever tried to fill crypts up with just 3-star stuff? It's actually really tough. But anyway, that hunting game is it's a total kick. And I noticed, like, even though I noticed Tristan was playing some GTA with his cast on his hand, which I don't get how he's doing this, because he's got like no thumb, and but he was still making it work. He was playing some story mode. But anyway, you know, he could play that hunting game like no problem without his thumb, just because it's such a chill game. It's like, you know, it's not like a high speed like shooting game or something. It's just like, you're just hunting, you know, and you're out looking for animals, and you got to be quiet and stealthy and very cautious, and it's hard to find them. It reminds me of real hunting. It's like all the same stuff, but it's actually pretty darn fun. If you're into that kind of stuff, it's worth checking out. But when he first started playing it, I was like, I don't know if he's gonna stick with this. Just because it seemed kind of boring, but it's funny. He's actually been playing it a lot. I guess I must have rode by that circle. Could go over and see the cave too. You guys ever seen the cave? Cave where the devil guy is. What I think is cool about the cave is not the devil guy. I actually thought that part was kind of stupid in story. I think what was really cool about the cave is the fact that there's like Indian paintings in there. That's what I think is neat. Like all those hand paintings. Like where the either they were dipping their hands like in berries or something to make the paint, or spitting it. I don't know. I saw this documentary where these guys would put their hand up and spit around it, so it would kind of like leave a template of their hand or a stencil of it. Uh-oh, I hear the bear. It's up here somewhere. You know what? I don't think I'm down to where the cave is. I think the cave is further up. Because I'm not even up to Gus. Isn't it past him? It's not up that high, is it though? I don't know. But if you go outside the map down by Mexico and you ride up this way you can get outside the map that way, and you can be outside here, and even ride down back into the map up here. It's pretty darn cool. Oh, see, here's the edge of it. Oh, I hate that. It's just such a drag. Come on, Rockstar, let me out. I want more game, man. Come on. Calm down, Greg. Calm down, buddy. I probably should feed him something. He's looking hungry. Hearing that bear again. Little black bear, anyway. Let's see, it ain't right there, is it? I think I'm mixed up as to where I'm at. Let me look at this. I feel like you should be able to ride right through here. Just get right on out. Look at that, that's nothing. You should be able to ride right up this hill. Come on, boy. Oh, no. Nope. Oh yeah, I forgot about this thing too. This like obelisk or something. And I totally forgot about this. Which is kind of the same deal. It's like, what's the story behind this thing? And I suppose it's like got some story that I just haven't ever went and figured out, but it's like I want this stuff online, man. Story of the game is cool, but dude, online is like what I love. There's no inscriptions on it or anything. But it's like all of these mysteries, and I don't know, you know, I do hear different versions of like what this stuff is. Like after I found those faces, I went online and there's like a dude, I don't remember what. I mean, there's a couple different videos about like what those faces are, and you know, the guy's like, I can't remember, it was something dumb, like, you know, it's like they represent like everybody who has visited like America. So like one's an Eskimo, one's a blah blah blah, and I'm just like, okay. You know, like, yeah, I could see how it could be that, but it's like, where's like the proof or something, you know what I mean? Where's like the validating, you know, evidence or something that comes along with that? It's just like, I could say that's like anything. I could say that's like, that represents, you know, like the famous chiefs and the famous mountain men of like the West or something, but it's like I got nothing to back that up, you know? Yeah, I'm just over here by Crips again, or Gus, I'm sorry. And I think that cave is further on. Now I want to go see it again. Cross this creek again. Oh shit, the wolves are coming. The wolves are coming. God, there's a bunch of them.
Well, hello again.
Did they despawn? I was just curious if they would despawn if I ran over here. Huh. That's alright, boy. I like this feature where you can calm your horse down. I think it's very cool. I think like the horses in this game is, you know, like, I mean, obviously the best horses in video games, in my opinion. They are so real. Yeah, see you later. See you later, Gus. But I do love the way they move. You know, it's like every other horse in any game that I've played, like the horses in Skyrim are, I mean, they're, I don't know what, man. They're terrible compared to these horses. These horses are so awesome. Just the way they act and the way they move, and I don't know, man. Horses in this game have wrecked all other horses in all other games. Or like the horses in The Witcher, which are a little better. Or the horses in, what's that other one? Assassin's Creed, which are kind of neat, but not even close. Not even close. Is this the cave up here? Is that what I'm going to? Why is there like a cut back little ravine here? Because I know that cave is in something like that. This is weird. Like, why would they have this little ravine back here? I don't know. Just goes back to kind of nothing. That's it. Grizzly bear. If you go outside the map too, there's actually animals, but they're like locked in place. So you'll run onto like a herd of bighorns, but they can't seem to move out of their spot, you know? It's actually really cool. I mean, I should do a stream and just go exploring and see what I could find. Maybe like a multi-stream, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know though. Would that be super boring? Because it's all riding, you know what I mean? You just fucking ride forever. And unfortunately, you don't find anything either. I mean, you find like cool terrain and stuff. Come on, what are you doing here? Stuck on that rock. The character seems to be like doing this, you know. Yeah, like a lot today. But you know, unfortunately, you don't find anything like really awesome. But my son also played at my request. See, it's like when I want to play a game or want to watch a game, it's like I just get him to play it and then I just watch it. I just watch him play it. But he played Red Dead 1, and that's like a really cool game. And this is actually something that is kind of interesting too about Red Dead 1 is there's actually an online like component to Red Dead 1. So you can go on to like Red Dead 1 online if you have that game. And it's sort of like this, only it's not nearly as like real, and you know, it's I don't know, the graphics are like the graphics of the first game, which aren't nearly as good, and it's a lot more like PvP centered, but there is like a free roam aspect to it. Anyway, I was amazed because, like, my son, like, after he played through the whole game, he went on to this, you know, RDR1 online, whatever, thing. Well, I guess I'm not going that way. I guess that's the edge of the map again. And, oh God, well, they're just kicking me out of here. Calm down, Rockstar. I'm not going into anything I'm not supposed to. I think that cave is like right over here. Anyway, he goes into this like online, you know, the RDR1 online. And there's like people playing in there still. I mean, like, I almost was like I don't know. It's like I wanted to tell them. I wanted to say like, hey, did you guys know that there's like a RDR2 online, you know? And it's like everything that's in here, only like about 1,000,000 times better, you know? But anyway, I just thought it was really interesting and kind of funny because, you know, there's all this talk about like how RDR2 is dead and blah, blah, blah. You know, all these YouTubers have to just kind of like go on and on about it to nauseum. And is that a bear down there? I think it is, but he's totally down there somewhere. I'm gonna sneak down and see if I can get him. I haven't hunted a bear for a bit. Let's see if he's any good. Oh wow, look how dark he is. He's almost like a black grizzly. Oh shit, there it comes. What is he? Oh, he's a 3-star. Wow. I could go get myself another Mayberry coat with this sucker. I think I have them all though. And I got the one I want. I like wearing that brown one, so that's pretty cool. 3-star grizzly, and he's actually kind of close to the spot where I recommend people go get the 3-star grizzly in my my coat video. So just on the other side of the creek over there. That's cool. Crips will like that. And I think I just spotted the entrance to the cave over here. Isn't this it? Maybe? It is something kind of like this, where you kind of ride up a little bit of a draw and it's sort of hidden. Let's see what it is. I think this could be it right here. But anyway, yeah, like there's people actually inside that server playing, and you know, like they're sitting there, you know, all these people are talking about how Red Dead is dead, and there's, you know, this is the end of the game and all this stuff, and so it's like there's fucking people playing RDR1. Hang on, that ain't my lantern. That's my frickin'. Where is my lantern? Is this? No, this isn't a melee light. This isn't it, right? Why is it working? I thought it was my, why it's not working at all. It is my lantern, I guess. I don't get why it's not working. Put it away. Bring it back out. No, that's it. Whoa. Now maybe once my eyes adjust. Oh, there we go. This is so freaking cool though. Just when you think it's blocked off right there, it comes into this thing. I was actually super disappointed. There's some bat sounds in here, and there's actually a hole. So I imagine if you're outside the map, you could find that hole somewhere. But I was kind of disappointed that this cave was just the guy saying, you know, he was the devil and all that. Because I just felt like, man, this is beyond cool. There's got to be something ridiculously cool here. And then that was it. I was kind of like, ugh. But here are the hands. Like, look at this. I mean, that's super cool. Try not to walk up the edge. Turn around so I can see it. But like, that's like primitive art, you know? All over the walls. And you see like that one right down there? It's like, you know, like they spit or whatever the paint around the hand and made like that reverse image. I mean, just like, man, come on. Massive story behind this thing. That is awesome. Then down there, I've jumped down there before, there's like nothing. Just death, you know. I mean, and here we go. What's over here? Oh, this is, yeah, this is another one of those bottomless pits right here. And I think, can't you get up there or something? I think you can actually get up there, if I'm right. Not that I really want to die right now. But let me just see if I hit X. If I can grab onto that. Let me move a little more. Come on. No. No, he's not jumping. And I'm right on the edge. Can I jump up there, actually? Look at, there's another hole there. Look at that. It's like up there. Whoops. Legendary pheromones. God dang it. There goes 20 bucks. There we go. If I can get the right slot. And then is this more? Yeah, you see there's more. Look at, there's like a deer right there. Let's see. And like a person on something, like a 7 or a ledge or something. And there's this big guy. And I don't know what that's going on there, you know? It's almost like a guy with a spear. Looks like a dude with a circle on his face and then almost like an evil face right there. I mean, who knows? And then some more hands. Go back out. This cave reminds me of like the one in I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie, but like the 13th Warrior, when they go and oh, you know, in the second part of that movie. And then there's like another little bit. Does this go anywhere? Oh, come on. I want my secret way out of the map and find where I can find the next RDR. RDR2. It's gotta be here. But anyway, that movie, like 13th Warrior, I love that movie. So awesome. If you haven't seen it, check it out. So can I climb down with a lantern in my hand? Let's climb down here. Oh lordy, that was creepy. Yeah, I mean, it's just like when you see this stuff, it's like you just want more. There's actually another kind of a little bit of a cave looking thing up there, I think. And then of course over here is where the weird guy is. And of course he's not here in online. But I wish something was in here. And then another little cave to nowhere. And I've actually spent some time down here trying to figure out if you can get up there. And if you can, I can't figure out how to do it. But like, yeah, and there is water here too. I was going to say that. There's like water. Which I don't know what that means, but I've climbed up on like the stalactites that are close there and tried to jump in, and I just can't figure out if there's a way in there. But if you look at the map, it shows the cave, and it's like you're right here, you know? And I think we walk around and we're like right there. But look at all this cave here. It's like a whole bunch of cave behind where you can get. And it, you know, I don't know, there's another part, there's another cave over by like the mine, sort of by Butcher's Creek or Butcher Hollow or whatever they call that place, where it's like leaking that yellow stuff down into the lake and poisoning the lake. And there's more to that cave too, and it's like one of those things where I'm like, what the hell, what's with the extra cave, you know? There's like extra cave they put into the game that, like, you know, doesn't mean anything. I doubt it, you know? Anyway. We'll stop torturing you guys with my with all my crazy theories. Unfortunately, Bigfoot's not in here either. Or some lost Indian tribe. That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's just such a neat game. Just wish there was more of it. And I think one time I got sent in here like for one of those daily, or not a daily challenge, but like on the map, like there was an arrowhead that was hid down in here. There's another one of these. Can I climb that? Anyway, it's about an hour. I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't going to do anything to stream, and I pretty much didn't do anything. I shot one bear. It was a 3-star, which is pretty cool. So, anyway, it's been an hour, so I'll let you guys get back to your lives and back to your own gameplay. Let me know, like, in the comments, if you guys have any theories. Like, I know it kind of sucks typing out long comments and stuff, but if you guys got any theories about the faces in the trees or the cave and why there's more cave beyond the cave, I should really make a standalone video about the faces in the trees and just kind of put it out there as to like what people think they are, because then you know, because like one of these live streams people won't really comment on, but like if I make it into a singular video, then they'll probably watch it, put out their theories. But anyway, I'm probably gonna keep heading on up and just kind of see what's up there, and I'll see you guys next time. So thanks for watching. See you later.